One thing I'm learning is to think about things. I really don't have anything to say. Now that I think about it, because I really realize I'm just going to be rushing to make a video because I just want to put up something. I always want to keep something going up there. Every so often, that I might get more viewers. I think one of the things is I'm beginning to realize I'm not focusing so much attention on getting more subscribers or things like that. I've heard a lot of advice that people give me on how to get more subscribers, how to get more video views. And I think if I focus on that, that's exactly what I'm going to focus. That would become my purpose. And I think for a lot of people on YouTube, that is exactly their purpose. To get a large number of views. And then they stop focusing on the messages that they want to get out there to the world, which I do. One of the messages that's important to me is that people should think positive. I actually am a big fan of positive thinking because I think that we create our reality by the way we think about things. I know that I'm going to say that, and I don't mean some supernatural or even necessarily New Age type thing. You create the reality by the way you think about it. I think about so many times in my life in which I thought positive and I kept a positive outlook on life. I talk about the situation with me being diabetic, and there was a video I was trying to upload, but for some reason I just couldn't get it up there on my video. That is, I couldn't get it up, on YouTube, but it was a response to Professor Anton's thing about life and struggling and things like that and having meaning. There are a lot of people in life who look at life and say, I wish everything was easy. I wish that everything was easy. That, that I didn't have to go to work, that I didn't have to struggle, that I didn't have to pay bills. In other words, the life without problems. Because I think everybody understands that if you have a life without any problems, then you're happy. That's the very essence of happiness, is to live a life with no problems whatsoever. So in my case, when I tell people I'm diabetic and they realize all the stuff I have to go after, you're showing on my videos where I have to change the infusion set every 3 days. I have to deal with that. I have to stick my finger. Like yesterday, I must have done about at least 10 finger sticks to make sure my blood sugar was right. I constantly monitor my blood sugar all the time. I have to watch what I eat. I have to do so many things. It's a lot of work. Being diabetic and being type 1 diabetic is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Taking care of your health, doing a lot of things. Making these videos is a lot of work. Dealing with many of the problems I've had to deal with. Long time ago, many years ago, I used to be depressed. I had to deal with that. I overcame that problem. Many years ago, I used to suffer from anxiety. I overcame that problem. And I deal with many problems and I overcome them. Now, would a happy life be a situation where I didn't have any problems whatsoever? Well, if that's the case, then I'm doomed to never be happy, ever. Because life is problems. We're always going to have problems. You're always going to have problems. That's just a fact. The key is to have a good attitude in dealing with those problems, because that makes a difference in realities. One reality is a reality of gloom and doom and of feeling despair and depression, which I used to be depressed. I don't feel depressed now. In fact, I'm actually quite a happy person. But the thing is that I could go down that path, and I know that that's one reality for me, and it would be a reality for me. And then I can go down another path in which I can be positive about things. And that's a better path. A path of hopefulness, of positiveness, a path of feeling inspired. And I think that being inspired is something all of us can feel. We can all live an inspired life, and that's a different reality than the reality of a life of despair. That's something I know for a fact. I know I've lived those two lives. And given the choice between the two, I choose the life of hope, not the life of despair. Because to me, there is no middle ground. It's either one or the other. And I choose hope over despair. I choose positive over negative. I choose goodness over bad. You make a choice every day. Life is an endless stream of choices, as one writer once put. I think it was Maslow who said that. Life is an endless stream of choices. Every moment of every day, you have a choice as to what, not only what you're going to choose to do, but what attitude you're going to choose to take in life. So you need to ask yourself, what type of attitude do I want? Do I want to be negative about things or positive? You know, I think about that video, and I won't even link to that video because it's just too depressing. This thing with this woman that's talking about positive thinking is to believe a lie. Well, you could believe that, and that's a choice. You've chosen to believe that. You could also choose to think that positive thinking creates the very reality that you have. And that reality is the reality of your consciousness. It's not so much changing physical reality. You're not changing anything in the physical world. You're just changing the way you deal with things. You know, when I have problems, I could choose to give up and sink down and sit around and do nothing and feel sorry for myself and pity myself. And I'm not going to do that. I choose to move forward. That's the kind of messages I want to get out. That's what I want to focus on. I'm not focusing on how many numbers I get or even how many people watch my videos. I would like a lot of people to watch my videos, but if only 10 people watch, if I only have 10 people who watch my videos, that's perfectly okay. If I look and I see, well, my video only got 10 views, that's fine. Because maybe those are the 10 most important people to watch my videos. And that's all I have to say.